Welcome everybody to Extreme Power No Handling Autocross, and today we're dealing with a 2013 Cadillac XTS Limousine. So yeah, this is quite an obviously large vehicle, and yeah, weighing at 5,500 pounds. It's obviously got a lot of weight behind it as well. And yeah, that's the horsepower and torque that it was dealing with originally from a 3.6 litre V6 engine. But yeah, two big problems with this car. Obviously, one, the size of the vehicle. We're on quite a narrow course at times to be navigating, and secondly, obviously, it's front-wheel drive, which is what it will be staying as. So yeah, let's see what engines we can swap into this vehicle, because obviously we can't be keeping the V6. Won't get enough power out of that. So yeah, we can have the 8.4 litre V10 from the Dodge Viper, 7 litre V8 from I think the Challenger from the 70s, 6.5 litre V12, I think that's from a Lamborghini or Ferrari, Racing V12, and yeah, the 2.6 litre 4-rotor. I think because we haven't used it, or we haven't used it all that much, we're going to go for the Viper engine. Should still be able to give us over 1,000 horsepower. So yeah, those turbochargers have added another 121 horsepower, taking us up to 761. So let's see what we can get out of it from doing the rest of it. So it's another 9, 13, 10, another 14. After the cams, we're now up to 873 horsepower. The valves, another 11. The engine block, another 20. Pistons, another 14. So right now we're at 918, and with the turbochargers, more than 1,000. Yep, 1,059. And we'll do the intercooler, another 63 horsepower. And finally, the race oil and cooling takes us up to 1,128 horsepower and just shy of 1,000 pounds-feet of torque. So let's install. I don't think we need to do the gearbox, do we? No, we don't. So yeah, that's a 0 to 60 time, 0 to 100 time, and it can do 226 miles an hour. So yeah, that's fairly quick, but obviously it all depends on whether or not it's able to put that power down onto the ground when we're dealing with the conditions that we're going to be dealing with, because not only is it raining, but we're going to be dealing with dirt and gravel and the like. So yeah, this car's probably going to be a bit of a handful, not just in terms of the front wheel drive system, but also in terms of the size of the vehicle. But there we go, that's the stats for us. So a lot of weight up front at 62%, and yeah, even more weight than what it was dealing with originally. But nonetheless, that's what we're going to be dealing with. So yeah, let's get out there and see what this big Cadillac can do. So, big car, quite a thin circuit we're going around, and yeah, a lot of power going through those front wheels. But nonetheless, let's get out there and see what it can do. So yeah, inevitably, a lot of wheel spin off the line. But the fact that this is quite a modern car, even though it is a limousine and obviously front-wheel drive, should play in its favour, because it's going to have modern tyres, modern brakes, because it would need modern good brakes to deal with the amount of weight that it's got going on for it. So yeah, those are going to help, but it's all about whether or not you can deal with that now. More than 1,100 horsepower. As you saw, it only had around 300 originally. Granted, a lot of that power is going to still be used to haul the weight around, but you know, we're still going to be dealing with at least 700 extra horsepower than normal. So yeah, not expecting much, but for now it is relatively controlled and getting to some fairly decent rates of speed. Some understeer, which is to be expected. Not only we're doing far more power going for those front wheels, but obviously we've got a much larger engine up front. fairly fast down this straight. Yeah, I have to say I'm mostly surprised by this car so far, but it does all come down to what time we're going to be getting. Right now we're looking at a really fast one. Now obviously we have had a front wheel drive vehicle on this series before with the Nissan NISMO, which went into second place, but yeah, that car was a lot lighter than this. I think it was dealing with a lot less power as well, so. But we are going to be the fastest on this series so far, surprisingly. So yeah, by around 6 seconds. Let's see if we can improve further on that. Because I really was not expecting that. I was expecting this to understeer all over the place, have too much weight for the power to be all that much of use, and yeah, obviously be far too large of a vehicle to deal with this course, but none of that seems to have come true. Sure, it does have its understeer issues, and the weight is obviously using some of that power up, and the size of the vehicle doesn't make it the most agile of things, but certainly not as much of a problem as I was expecting it to be. Really quick down there. Somehow survived that jump. Obviously, because it's quite a weighty vehicle, it's able to plough through any debris with ease. One reason why the Chevrolet Colorado was so quick, but this is beating it on its first lap, and by the looks of this run is going to beat it on its second as well. A lot of momentum there to slow down, we just about managed it. Just about managing to turn through these hairpins. Are we going to improve? Yes we are, only slightly, but nonetheless that is the fastest vehicle we've had on this series so far, and by quite some margin as well. So yeah, 2 minutes 25.646 seconds puts us firmly into first place, with the Chevrolet Colorado ZR2 managing 2 minutes 31.852 seconds. So yeah, we're 6 seconds quicker than that. The Nissan Sentra, which is the only other front wheel drive vehicle we've had on this series so far, managed 2 minutes 32.386 seconds, so beating it by nearly 7 seconds, and yeah, far faster than the Hillman Imp from the previous episode, as well as far faster than the Honda S2000 from the episode before that. So yeah, really impressed by this. I have to say, I really wasn't expecting it to be anywhere near as good as, you know, like the Chevrolet Colorado or Nissan Sentra, because obviously its size, its weight, and its fact it's dealing with a lot more power than it had originally. But yeah, really rather surprised by that, and yeah, just goes to show that on the surface what a vehicle is doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be as bad as you think when it comes to dealing with abnormal amounts of power on a course that it was never meant to deal with originally. So yeah, never judge a book by its cover, quite frankly. Nonetheless, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.